Hi, everyone. It's me. Yay. So we're going to talk about how you are struggling, stuck on a fence, maybe having difficulty making choices, and how tarot can help you. And what we're going to do today is something really, really fun that I haven't done it at all ever with you guys. So I'm going to share with you what's going on in my life right now, which is a little wacky. And I'm going to show you how tarot reading, learning how to read it. Ooh, star card, like that. Learning how to read it the way that I teach you helps you to make decisions, choices, know where to go, what to do, who to talk to, what to say. Because what I'm recognizing a lot in the community by what you're writing and sharing is that a lot of you are stuck in indecision. You have these dreams in your heart and you don't know how to make them happen. And I'm keep trying to teach tools that can help you to move past that and through it and make your dreams happen. So if you're just joining me, say hello. And also, if you want to get the training that I created, which is all about the Fool card, it's very, very cool. It's part of my tarot class. I want you to type in training. And if you like what I have to say, share it as well. So I am right now, bidding on a house. So as many of you know, I sold my house and I'm bidding on a house in a very competitive market. And I have a bunch of realtors in my head going, you need to do this, you need to do that. And if I really engaged in fear, I would be beside myself right now. And what I did this morning is I got my little tarot deck out, brought in my guidance, sat in meditation, and asked them what I needed to do. How much did I need to bid? Where did I need to go? And all of this. And thank goodness I did it because they gave me all the information. I also hear and see and feel. And when I went out for my walk with the dogs, I got all these emails about how much I should bid and all these bids are coming in and all that. And my guides were like, let it go. They told me what to bid at. And they said, let it go because something else is going to come on the market. So I'm walking with my dogs. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm comfortable with. And that's it. I don't care what you guys say. And then I go to my email and this beautiful house where I really want to live, even though the property I'm bidding on is in a great neighborhood, but it's in the trees. It's gorgeous. It's in the town, one of the towns I really, really want to be in. And it's at a very low price, which means it'll go over, but at a price I could afford. So there you have it, right? So I still bid, but I bid in power. So tell me if you relate to this. Like, where are you sitting in indecision and being stuck and you don't know what the heck you're doing? And I'm really got to tell you, I'm tired of hearing it. And I'm going to tell you something else too. The biggest thing I want you to do is to stop going to outside sources to get your answers. Now, I think it's fine to go to healers, to go to coaches. I'm going to my doctor after this to get a nice little vitamin shot because my body is like, rah, with all this stuff going on. But the thing is that I want you to take your wisdom over anybody else's, just like realtors in my head, right? I got to take my wisdom over anybody else's. And it reminded me when I was like getting ready for this live, I was remembering the medium that I really do like. And she told me I was going to go into real estate and I almost threw up on her lap at that moment because it was the last thing I wanted to do. And I can tell you this many years later, never. I would never do real estate. But I can bet you a lot of you are going, hey, Marilyn, maybe because that medium said that, that's what you're supposed to do. I would throw up right now on all of you in this Facebook Live. So stop giving your power to other people. So this is what we're going to do today. I want to come say hi to everybody, but this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to do a reading for somebody here. And then we're going to pick someone else and we're all going to do a reading for that person. And we'll see how many we can get in. But I'm going to teach you how to read the cards using your personal experience, okay? So let me just check in with all of you because I've just been on talking. Hi, Cheryl from North Hollywood. Hi, Christine. Hi, Sandra. Definitely walking the talk, as you know, girl, because you're in membership for your soul. So you know. Edna, hi, Beverly. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Maripaz. Hi. All right. So this is what, yeah, hi, Laura. Hi, Lisa. Hi. I think it's Liz or Lisa. I know Elisa Wolf, who's also a medium, so I don't know. But Rebecca, hi, everybody. Okay, so you can write in training, and if you like what I'm sharing, I'd love for you to share it with other people. Now, what I want you to do is I'm not going to do a general reading, even though I can. Hi, Jacqueline. All my peeps from membership that are joining. Hi. So what I want you to do is type in a question. And I'm just going to have Spirit randomly pick someone, and I'm going to show you how I read the cards. I could do general readings too. But I tell you, I have a little bit of a stomach ache right now because it's like, even though I'm sitting in guidance with everything, I'm like, oh my goodness, I just bid on a house. And I actually have released it. It's like, it's up to God. I trust my guides. I really trust them. Okay. So we're just going to pick someone. I'm shuffling the cards. If you don't know how to shuffle them, this is how I shuffle. I shuffle like that. And I'm going to just pick someone. I'm going to read for them. And then we're going to do it as a team, as a group. So we're going to pick someone else. And we're going to read for that person. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right. And if you're just joining, remember you type in training. And I want to see like somebody who's really stuck in indecision. So let's see who Spirit takes me to. All right. Now, remember the type of question. So I'm going to call out Teresa, even though I'm not going to read you, Teresa, and there's a reason why. When you ask questions, what type of business should I go into? You're giving away your power. You know what type of business you want to go into. You have ideas about what type of business you want to go into. So if you went into a medium and said, what type of business should I go into? And if they said dog grooming and you really wanted to be an actress, you'd be like, oh, shoot. You want to start living in your heart and asking the questions from your heart. So what I want you to do, Teresa, is rewrite in what kind of business you're thinking about going into and more about what you're struggling with that. So anybody who's writing in a question right now, I'm telling you, be a little bit more in your power when you ask the questions. I've been teaching this. So that's what I want to know. All right, I'm going to see where Spirit takes me. I'm going to actually give it a second, just because you guys are now getting clearer. The reason why I say this is because I feel like a lot of you give away your power when you go, like, I'm stuck right now. That's not enough. You need to say, I'm stuck right now. Where can I go to feed my soul? What do I need to do to feed my soul? Who can I talk to? You want to get more action oriented in your questions, right? So you have to do that. And I know sometimes you're like, well, Marilyn, I'm just really stuck. Well, I'm sorry. If you're following me, that's not good enough for me. I'm sorry. I'm going to be really difficult. My peeps in membership know I can kick their butt. Go to a book, listen to a Super Soul Sunday, listen to a podcast, listen to something, and really tell them, really get inspired. And that'll move you out of your stuck energy right away, because you'll hear something and then start asking questions in that place. And I know we had this discussion in Membership of Your Soul where people struggle asking more questions, and that's okay. But you still want to try to be true to yourself and ask the question that's in your heart. All right, let's see where they take me. And by the way, guys, I am selling a tarot class, and you can find it at MarilynAloria.com. I'm not really, as you can tell, I'm really not organized today, /tarot, but the price is going up this weekend. So right now it's only $94 with 2 months of membership. And then it's $97 if you buy the class yourself. I believe it's going up to $197 and $127. So the price is going up this weekend. You're going to get, so this is it. Because as I'm writing this class, I'm like, whoa, this class is actually going to be priced at $497 eventually. All right. I like this one. It's the first one I saw after I started talking. Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. All right. So she says, now guys, play along. What do I need to know about moving forward with growing my career? What is blocking me from expanding more? Now, I don't know what Kimberly does, but it doesn't matter. It does say psychic on there. So I always let people know whenever I read them. I used to do this with, like, when I read A-list actresses or anybody, I'd be like, I know, this is what I know about you. So, because I am not somebody who usually, I don't do readings anymore, but when I did, you weren't even allowed to speak. I knew nothing about you. Oh, Kimberly, we got the Tower card. Don't get scared. So right now we're reading Kimberly, right? So I'm going to read Kimberly and show you how I read this. So she wants to know, what do I need to know about moving forward with growing my career? What is blocking me from expanding more? Now, the Tower card is traditionally about shaking things up, shaking your foundation, your beliefs up. It's a real shaking of yourself. And what I feel like right away from reading this card, so the card's a 26, right? It's can't be 26. Oh my God. I'm going to go back to sleep. The card's a 16. Yeah, there's now 26 major arcana cards. The card's a 16, which adds up to a 7, right? So that is about psychic ability. That is about intuition. That's about using your intuition. What concerns me about the card, what I'm drawn to right away, is the top, where the top is being blown off. I feel like you're not trusting enough your own innate abilities and your gifts. And Spirit is asking that you blow the doors off of it. So if you are a psychic, an intuitive, a healer, I feel like you've got some animal communication in you. You're very open-hearted. You're very empathic. What you're not doing is really disconnecting from all of this crap out here. And you're not allowing enough divine guidance in. So Spirit is almost blowing this up off of your head. They're asking that you lift it up and stop being so, you might be stuck in how other people are doing it, or other people are doing so much better than you, or there's so many people out there. There might be some story going on. And by the way, I forgot who I'm reading. Kimberly, if you're on here, I would love confirmation as I'm reading this, or if you don't agree, it's fine too. So right away, I'm drawn to that. So when you look at a card, everyone, you want to look at where you're first drawn. Now, I know the meaning of the Tower card, and I know that this is about foundations being completely rocked. So what you've built your life on is now shifting and changing, but it shifts and changes for the better. But when you have a shift of this magnitude, it's very uncomfortable, right? So this card really reminds me of one of the biggest shifts in my life is living in New York during 9/11. And that was what this card brought to my attention when I first started reading tarot, and how much that shifted me into a whole new experience. I moved out of the city 3 weeks later. I had to get out of there, and I moved to California. So the other thing that I'm drawn to is the lady falling. So if you look at this card, I'm drawn to the lady, not that one, the other one, not the one with the red cape, falling. And I feel like you're feeling like if you go forward, you don't know where you're going. It's so unknown that you feel like you have no ground underneath you to support you. You're not trusting that you're supported, and you're afraid that you're going to fail miserably, or you're afraid that you're just not going to do as well as you'd like to do. So you have a lot of fears that you're dealing with in this particular card. Now, the blue to me is a healing nature, and she's got red shoes on. And red for me, again, is about the first chakra, which is about foundations. What are you building your life on? What's your belief system? Where did these beliefs come in that are giving you all this fear? How can you release them? So I'm really feeling like from this card that you need to start building new belief systems. You need to start believing in yourself. What do you do to believe in yourself, right? So people would say, what kind of tools could I use? Well, every single day, before you go to bed, every single night, let's start there. Write down 5 things that you love about yourself. People really struggle with that. Make sure that you have a morning routine that is engaging spiritual guidance. Make sure you're hanging out with people. Membership for Your Soul is a great place. Make sure you're hanging out with people who really want to support you in your endeavors. And people that don't, stay away from them for right now. Now, I'm very brought to the flame in the building. As you can see, the flames in the building. And for me, what this feels like, and I'm not really sure what their symbolic meaning is, again, I don't remember it right now off the head, but for me, this feels false for some reason. It feels like we think that life is so much worse than it really is. So there's a false illusion to this card right away. And this up here looks like a bird to me, like a dove. So I feel like what we think, the phoenix rising, the initiation of the soul, we think we're going to burn down in flames, but really what you're doing is setting yourself free. So Spirit is asking that you set yourself free. And it's really from your mind. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm counting the, okay, let's do it that way. The yellow drops, and there's 12 of them. And that's usually an astrological cycle. I don't do astrology because it's not my thing at all. But for me, it would be, I feel like around May, you're going to have some significant changes. So you need to prepare yourself for them in a good way. Significant changes are not scary. It means that you prep yourself for being ready for them. That means you have tools and techniques. That's why I like these cards. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say about this card. Now, I'm going to pull one other card for you. Because if you change your beliefs, if you work on yourself to believe in yourself and believe in your career, and if you know that you're being called to do this for a reason, and you build upon that, then, I wish I showed you. Look at this card. This is the Ace of Wands. So everybody take a look at this and see what you see for Kimberly in this card. And write down what you see in this card for Kimberly if she works on her beliefs, works on healing herself, works on believing in herself, really steps forward, even though it's the unknown. Look, if anybody steps out into the unknown, I do. I mean, I'm moving someplace where I know nobody. Like, I'm like, Spirit, what are you doing? You're moving me to one of the most expensive places, and I'm going. Anne Maria Vasquez told me she did the same thing. Like, she moved to this like little itty bitty town because Spirit told her to go. And she fell in love. She's just doing phenomenal. Living on a big ranch. I got to let the cat out. He just rang the bell. So you write down, I'm going to tell you what this means. So you know how to ring bells now, huh? Just like puppies. I have bells on the door for the dogs to ring, and the cat knows how to ring it too now. So aces are yeses. They're yeses. This is a gift from Spirit. Wands are about creative energy. All the growth here is about your growth, you growing. The castle in the background shows me that you need to leave community. Whatever is surrounding you that is not allowing you to believe in yourself, you need to get out, even if it's a teacher. It feels to me, it's a total yes. It feels to me like you've got to take the reins of your creative life and you've got to run with it. And you have to stop allowing anybody to stop you. And you really have to find what it is that's going to connect you to God, source, soul, spirit, universe. And you have to start following the advice of the universe over anybody else. All right, there you go. There's my reading. Let's see what happened here. And for those of you who are just joining, you can go to put in training. And you'll get my training if you haven't gotten it already. It's the Fool card. It's really good. And also my tarot class. Let me put that in here real quick. The prices are going up this weekend. And they're going to go up again. Because I'm writing this class and I'm getting such incredible feedback by everybody, a membership for your soul. And the class, I didn't realize how big of a class this was going to be. I don't like this. It's not I got the spinny ball, so now I can't do anything. Okay. Sorry. It's just, you're just going to have to deal with my wonkiness today. Sandra, I love that. Christy said she got that card. Growth, strength, rising card. So you're all reading really, really well what it means. She'll pull them out. Okay. So I want to see, Kimberly said, nailed it. Nailed it. And Kimberly, I want to see if you, she said she pulled that this morning. See the magic of tarot? Like, how crazy is that? She pulled the tower card this morning, I'm assuming. So great, Kimberly. So you can see how that worked, how you can read tarot to move forward. And then what you have to do is you have to have a tool chest of things. Like, I think that that's really important. So when I'm struggling with something, I know my tool chest. I journal, I meditate and talk to my guides. I'll pull tarot cards, I don't usually use the Rider-Waite deck just because I've learned so much how to read for other people on this deck that sometimes reading for myself can be ick. But since I'm doing this class, I've been playing with it. I'll listen to podcasts. I'll go hiking. I very rarely go to friends. Like, I will go to friends if I really have to, but I very rarely do. I usually just go to them. I go to them. All right. So let's do one more, but let's everybody read it together. And we're going to pick a question. But guys, give me a question. Don't just say, help me. And everybody's going to read it. All right. Let's see who we take. Kimberly said, thank you. Love that. All right. Write in your questions again. And I like this. This is the first one I came to, actually. I went down the road. I couldn't find any questions. So I'm going to go to Alexander. Alexander, hopefully you're still on. Let us know that you're still on because we're going to do a reading for you. So I'm going to pull a card, and Florentine's right above him. Hi, Florentine. I'm going to pull a card, and we're all going to read for Alexander. So his question, because I want to show you how easy it is to read tarot, whether you know the symbols or not, So you want to go to what your eyes go to in the card, where you're drawn, and then you just want to go from personal experience. I'll walk you through this one, okay? But I want you to do it yourself. You guys did it really well when you did it on your own with the Ace of Wands. So he says, how do I get clarity and the vitality to pursue my soul's purpose? Okay. So what you do when you're shuffling is I'm focusing on, whoops, card fell out. It's his. focusing on Alexander's question, and that's how I focus on his energy. I'm sorry, my camera's all weird. All right. What is it? Oh, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. Okay, so for those of you who are just, I know it's not like the best. Woo, I'm having a hard time with this camera today. I don't know why. It's very fascinating. See what you see in the card, and based on his questions, how do I get clarity and the vitality to pursue my soul's purpose? Think about his question. Don't project your own crap onto it. But you can say like, oh, I like the red shoes. Red shoes to me are about being sexy and in my power and whatever it may be. And you can share that with Alexander and tell him what you think. So I want all of you to do this. So say you're drawn, like I said, to the red shoes. You're like, oh my goodness, I love red shoes. I don't really love red shoes. I don't wear red shoes. But if that was you, I really think that he's not standing in his power. He needs to wear shoes that really make him feel powerful in literal sense and metaphor. Somebody else may say, I really like the red hat and I think he's shutting off his crown chakra, but I like that it's a hat and he needs to be his own person. He needs to have his own personality. He's listening to other people. He needs to dress in clothes that he wants to dress in. Now, I got to tell you, when I read these tarot books, they're probably not going to talk about symbols in that way. But I also feel that these tarot books are very, very restrictive. Oh my goodness, are they restrictive? These people are so studied in their field, and then I'm like, they're so restrictive in their analysis of the cards. I'm like, oh, you're boring. Anyway, let's see what people said. Bonnie said he's kneeling. Yeah, but what does it mean, Bonnie? What does it mean that he's kneeling for Alexander's question as to why he doesn't have the vitality? It's totally great that you wrote that, sweetie, but I want you to go further. Annette said, clear the mind and safe, just the thoughts that support him. Bonnie says he's confused. Okay, great. We know he's confused. That's great, sweetie. I want you to keep doing this. I want to work with you, Bonnie. I'm going to read other things. But you want to be able to give advice through the cards. He's already talked about being confused in his question. So now you want to take it to the meaning of the card and try to help him with his confusion. All right. Let's see who else. Beth said, put down some of what you're carrying, let go of what you don't need, and focus on what you need to move forward. He's also not looking forward. He's looking back. Don't look back. Great job. Great job, Beth. And I'm going to read this card for everybody in the end because I want to show you what the meaning of the card is and everything, but great job. Mary Beth said, can you give me some, oh, okay, so that's a question. Red boots, Jennifer said, red boots, grounding chakra, get grounded. So Jennifer's suggesting that you get grounded, Alexander, in order to pursue your dreams and your goals. And I agree with that too, because grounding helps you to walk in this earth plane. If you're flying out of your body, you're not feeling secure, you're not feeling safe, then you need to be grounded. And the root chakra is so important. Okay. And Alexander, I know he's still here. Let's see what Jacqueline said. I first noticed that he's holding 5 swords and that 2 have been planted in the ground. The 5 he's holding seems to be almost too much for him. He needs to find a way to plant the other swords, which to me means to get rid of whatever is weighing him down and plant them in the ground, leave them behind. Great job, Jacqueline. Great, great, great job. Love that. Jacqueline's part of Membership for Your Soul. Great job. Great, Graham. I love that one. Carrying too many things used for fighting, too much in defense. Great, Graham. Great, great, great reading. Love it. Alexander said, so true. So you guys are really helping him. He needs to, and I believe you want to say, Yannette, stand his ground. Perfect. I'm going to grab one more. This is interesting. Barbara says, I noticed the 2 straight swords he's left behind, and they are more stable than the ones he's carrying. Great, great. Love this. Okay. So what you want to do is, so Alexander even said, I was drawn to the sword he's carrying, which means there's baggage I must let go of. Great. Very good. So what you want to do whenever you read someone, and we're going to do this again, because let me know if you're enjoying this, likes and loves, let me know how it's going. If you're just joining me, put in training, you're going to get my training. And also my class prices are going up this weekend. So if you want to join and learn how to read tarot using your heart and soul, definitely check out the class. Okay. So what I love about this, is you guys, what you always want to do is, and what I did with, I'm so bad with names. I don't retain them. I work with energy. You don't want to just say the swords or confused. You want to give so much more explanation, which a lot of you have done. So you just want to be able to do that. Like, Rim is also part of Membership for Your Soul. It's just the first one that came up. He has to unburden himself, maybe, declutter people, thoughts, and objects he does not need, which is great. So this card is the Seven of Swords. 7 is about psychic ability and intuition in the tarot deck. You want to be trusting your psychic ability and intuition. They call it the Thief card in a way, but I always like this card, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. He's carrying the 5 swords and leaving the 2. Now, I liked a lot of your interpretations on this, and it resonated with Alexander. Normally, when I see this card, it's about taking what you need and leaving the rest. Notice he's looking back at the community that he's leaving. So it's actually kind of what you all said. It's about leave that crap behind. You don't need those people. You don't need that community. Take what you really, really need and leave the rest. You don't need to be making other people happy. Now, if you look in the card, which is very hard for you guys to see, there's a battle going on in the background. Telemarketer. There's a battle going on in the background. And I'm drawn to this here because I feel like you're fighting a lot of past thoughts, a lot of past stories, a lot of past situations. Feels to me like it's very ancestral, cultural, heritage-wise, and it's probably even your own stories where you may have attempted to do something and didn't succeed, or maybe you had somebody shut you down, like a teacher shut you down. So let's see what the telemarketer wants for you, Alexander. Oh, they hung up. They don't want anything for you. So I don't even know my home number. So what I feel for you, and I'm very drawn to his shoes and his boots. Shoes are very important in tarot, and the boots. And it's interesting, somebody said not grounded because his feet, his heels are up. And red is about grounding chakra. So I would definitely say that you're not standing in firm ground in your own beliefs, which is what's causing you to not go after your soul's purpose, which is what's causing you to struggle. What people don't understand, if you waver in your choices, people around you waver. So if you go out and say, I'm going to be a healer. People are like, some people may be like, really? And you're like, I don't care. I'm going to be a healer. Other people are like, that's so cool. Wow, you're going to be a healer. But if you go out, I'm going to be a healer, you're going to get attacked by people going, you can't be a healer. What are you, out of your mind? Trust me. I know this for a fact. So you have to stand in the conviction of who you are in order to have the support around you and also draw in support and release other people. You know, I'm making a very bold move. And some people, most of my good friends are like, go for it. Some people threw their fear on me right away. And I was like, not talking to you about this. You're now nixed. I don't care how many years I know you, because I know better to stand in the conviction of what I'm doing. I don't want to be around people that are scared of their own life. I just don't want to be surrounded by people like that. All right. So let's move on. We're going to do another one. Did you have fun with that? Let me know. Give me the likes and the loves and tell me, and I'll check in with you guys. And write in questions, but don't give me, I'm lost. Normally I can answer that. I'm choosing not to today for a reason. I'm being a little bit of a stickler. I might lose a lot of fans on my page today, and that's okay. And I'll tell you why. I may not be the teacher for you. My style of teaching is to empower you, for you to take the reins of your life and live them and not be so dependent on someone like me. I won't allow it. My members know it in Membership for Your Soul. Do I help them, guide them? Completely. Do I answer things? So does the rest of the community, which is amazing. But if they're constantly complaining about the same thing and they're not taking action, usually they'll end up leaving, because you got to take action in your life. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. And I got to tell you, all of us are facing, none of us know what's going to really happen. So taking risks, which is the training, if you write training, you're going to get the Fool card, which is all about taking risks. Taking risks in your life. When you feel completely supported by spirit and you use tools like tarot, that's my soul card, by the way. I just picked that out of the deck. That's my soul card. That means I'm like in my soul, in my element talking. When you really trust that you have spirit beside you, you're more apt to take risks in your life because you know that you have something to lean into. And when something goes awry, it doesn't throw you as much because you're like, I'm learning something. This is a character building moment. I'm going to bring it back to spirit and talk to them. Doesn't mean I don't have moments of, and then they don't last long. They really don't. I mean, it's amazing to me. All right, let's see. Training. People are writing training, which is great. Oh, I'm glad, Tina. All right. I'm going to take this one, Barbara, and we're all going to help read her. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, Barbara, first of all, she says, a bomb just dropped at work that we'll all be losing our jobs due to closing. I've been at this job 17 years with 3 to go to retirement. What steps do I need to take to embrace the change and learn what it is I want to do next? First of all, Barbara, I'm going to commend you on something, compliment you on something. But it's interesting to me, and I don't know how many people are recognizing this. She starts it out with a bomb just dropped, which is very, very, wow, what an image, right? Now, first of all, Barbara, do know that I feel compassionate for you. When you're at a job for 17 years and you just find out you're going to lose it, talk about the tower card in your foundation shaking. So please know that I have compassion for what you're going through. But I'm going to get a little difficult now with you. She writes a bomb this dropped. So right away, fear, friggin' fear. Now, I don't blame you, but I want to just acknowledge you for something. But what I loved, this is what I love. Look at how she asked, what steps do I need to take to embrace the change and learn what it is I want to do next? So even through the fear, and maybe she's rewriting the question because I'm asking her to, but she's doing it. She's recognizing an opportunity to do something that she wants to do next. Not what she's shackled to do next, what she wants to do next. And even if what she wants to do next is a job that is paying the bills but isn't the best thing as she develops another skill, it still puts her in a place of receiving something that's more in alignment with her soul than something that's not in alignment with our soul. Because when we go out with fear, we don't get what's aligned with our soul. All right, so let's all read Barbara now, okay, and help her get through this. And by the way, I love your black cat. I have a black cat. I always have black cats, and I love my black cat. He just is, his name is Mystic. If you see him sometimes, he'll crawl on me. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for Barbara. Let's everybody focus on Barbara while I'm shuffling. Let's do this together. And if you like what I'm doing, please share the video. All right. Oops, got it. All right. Ooh, this is an interesting card, okay? This is the 5 of Swords. So remember Barbara's question. And what I want you guys to do is pull out what you think the card means for her in that question. I'm going to leave the question up a second, just so you can see it. A bomb just dropped at work that we may be losing our jobs. So I've been at this job 17 years. What steps do I need to take to embrace the change and learn what I need to do next? Okay. She's asking what steps does she need to take? And also, we want to have compassion for what she's going through to try to help her. Look at this card and give her what you see and some advice, okay? And then I will read what the card means after. But so I'm going to hold it up. Ooh, like I said, the camera's weird today. Okay, and I'm going to see what you guys wrote. So I'm trying to keep myself from reading. Okay, so I want to see. So nobody's writing in, so I'm going to read. I'm going to read the card and let you guys read too. So Barbara, I actually really like this card, and there's a reason for it. 5 is about transition, so it's the 5 of Swords. It's definitely about transition. You're in a huge transition right now. How you embrace this transition is going to be extremely important. So definitely when you're experiencing something of this magnitude, but I'm sure there's going to be some type of severance, or there's going to be something that you're going to be able to get. So I want to take, the people are coming up. I see her walking away and saying goodbye to her life as she knew it. Great, Lisa. Great, Laura. That's great. I see you taking what you've learned from this job and bringing the wisdom to the next job. Great job. Great job. Love this. I think Charlie answered. Hello, Charlie. The number of opportunities you have. Beautiful, Charlie. I love that. I know Charlie. Charlie and I grew up together. I love that, Charlie. That's great. Just want to see if there's anything back. Oh, here's Jacqueline. The gray clouds may be hovering, but he is looking forward. Beautiful. All I see is the great tunic, hopefully growth. Yes, it's definitely growth, sweetie. Good, good, good. Laura says she can't see the card, so let me try to give you it some more. And you could always, even though I don't want you leaving the Facebook Live, can you see it a little better? Here, wait, let me hide your comment. And let me hide this so we have more of a full screen. There you go. All right, let's see who else. Laura says, I was drawn to the green in his vest, indicating to me that you have the answers within you. Think with your heart for a while. What difference will it make? What a difference it'll make. I love that, Laura. Laura is part of membership. Teresa says, walk away without thinking about how the change came about. I would say to think back to your childhood, remember what you really loved, and pursue something that resonates with those memories. Woo! I am loving you guys. Great job. Great, great job. Tina, standing in your own power. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, what's interesting, you're welcome, Laura. What's interesting, Rim, a lot of things are happening, but it does not mean that all is bad. Something good is going to come out. The future is smiling, and you'll take what you need. Do not worry. The clouds are behind. Another membership girl who's taking my tarot class. So what I love about this, and I want to read a couple more, and then I'm going to say something. You may say, and I addressed this in the tarot class, oh, it's all positive, Marilyn. Well, why not? Why not have positive energy? Why are we all conditioned for doom or gloom, or the other shoe is going to drop? Look at where that conditioning is in your life, because it's not serving you. And I can speak for the truth about this because I was that person. I was the doom and gloom. I was the other shoe is going to drop. Oh my goodness, what is going to happen? And it really didn't serve me. And when I started changing my thoughts into positive thoughts, things really started changing in my life, like so much so. And the way that I view things, difficult things, like I'm really going through. One day I came on a Facebook Live, and I'm going to tell you this really quick, and I'm going to go back because somebody had commented that I seemed out of balance. I just had a huge negotiation about the sale of my house. So I just got off the phone with a realtor and was almost discussing and arguing, and the other realtor, who was a friend of mine, who, such a long story, I'm not going to get into it, but it was really not a good conversation. Animal control was at my door because poor Micah has been getting attacked by small dogs here, and my neighbor called animal control on them, and thankfully, because the guy wouldn't take any responsibility, I had to give a report to animal control, and then I had to jump on live, Facebook Live. And I did it. And why am I able to do this in the face of adversity? Because I have so much faith and trust that everything that's happening in my life is happening for a greater reason. And I'll tell you something else that happens for me. I'm in a lot of change right now, but I'm not allowing it to throw me down a rabbit hole. I'm not allowing it to screw me up. And in the past, when I was in this much change, I'd drive into walls. I would lose my wallet. I'd lose my keys. It would be chaos. Not doing that. I'm very consciously living, going, I'm not going to drive into that driveway wall, which I've done with my car. So that's what I have to say. Let's see what else you wrote, and then I'm going to read Barbara. Sorry, Barbara, I had to go a little bit off on a tangent, honey. Wendy says, to gain clarity and make decisions that will cut through the chaos and confusion and commit to it. Decide on one, commit, go. Balancing too many swords will cut the person holding the swords. I love that, Wendy. That's great. Laura says, she's also taking away what she's learned in 17 years, the swords in her hand. Beautiful. You guys are doing a great job. Let's see what Pamela said. You're holding two opportunities in your hands, even though the others are on the ground. Your past, you have to hold on to those powerful gifts you hold on to. Love this. Okay. So Barbara, you're wondering where to go with all of this. And so this is what I'm going to suggest. And I want you to read what everybody wrote because they're writing great things. And I like what Tina said. Tina has 5 as higher heart. And 5 for me is transition, but I love the higher heart is between the throat and the heart. It's right here. And higher heart energy for me, usually it's pink for people. For me, it's that bluish green. It's the color of my tarot reading, Find Your Path. It means compassion for yourself. So 5 of Swords, definitely about transformation. What I love about this card, you see the people. So Barbara, when you read tarot, what I would say to you, if I was reading tarot with you, I'd say, Barbara, who are you in this card? And when the person answers who they are in the card, it feeds a lot of what you need to know about that person. So if she was back here, the guy crying, then I would know how to talk about what she was experiencing and how she could journey into him. But I'm not going to do that with you. The water is definitely about emotions. A lot of the emotions are in the past for me. This is also a stage card, which means there's a lot of illusion in here that you have to be careful of. So you have to be careful of emotions taking you over, like the fear maybe of your father's teaching that you have to have a job for retirement, or 401k is super important. I'm not saying those things aren't. I tend to live a little more risk than some people are risk adverse. I'm not. So you have to look at what old stuff is coming up that's making you think like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to survive. I'm going to be a bag lady on the street, because that's not your truth. Spirit is saying she's got all the resources she needs to go forward. Now they're drawing me to his red hair, which is flame